The subheading really nails the author's grievance. Says the death of Me Too and embrace.
Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds were once seen as the golden couple of Hollywood. From their picture-perfect Instagram banter to their carefully managed public image, they appear to be everything fans hoped a celebrity couple could be: funny, wholesome, committed, and even business-savvy. They raised a family, built a mini-empire, and turned their relationship into a brand. But beneath the curated snapshots and clever tweets, cracks were forming. Over time, what began as whispers grew into scandals, and what was once considered aspirational now seems deeply performative, perhaps even toxic. The unraveling began slowly but has accelerated to full collapse in recent months. The couple's most recent misstep? Their alleged hijacking of the film It Ends With Us, a screen adaptation of Colleen Hoover's best-selling novel about domestic violence. While the project was originally helmed by actor-director Justin Baldoni, it soon became apparent that Blake and Ryan had quietly seized control. What was intended to be a sensitive adaptation turned into a publicity vehicle for their growing empire, and the fallout has been brutal. Baldoni, who originally acquired the rights to the book and deeply connected with its themes, was reportedly pushed out of key decisions and nearly erased from the film's marketing.
Did Blake Lively's lawyer quit after Justin Baldoni fights back?
Despite being the director, his name was barely mentioned in interviews. Posters prominently featured Lively, but not Baldoni. It became clear the project had been co-opted. Blake had come aboard not just as the lead actress but also as producer. Ryan, meanwhile, was heavily involved in editing and even rewrote scenes, including the pivotal rooftop moment, a fact Blake proudly shared on the red carpet. What many fans found deeply troubling was the couple's willingness to center themselves in a film meant to amplify voices of survivors. Not only was the story eclipsed by their presence, but they also treated the entire production as an opportunity to cross-promote their personal brands. Blake's cocktail company Betty Booze and her new haircare line were launched alongside It Ends With Us. She even changed her character's name to Betty Bloom to align with her beverage branding. The tone-deaf product placement, paired with the film's subject matter, only deepened the public's outrage. Adding more fuel to the fire, one of the film songs was written by Mike Milosh, an artist accused of abuse by his former partner. Fans were furious, seeing it as a direct contradiction of the message It Ends With Us was supposed to stand for. Blake's continued defense of this creative choice only made things worse. To critics, she seemed more concerned with business connections and controlling her image than respecting the film's emotional weight. The release strategy for It Ends With Us only compounded the damage. Originally slated for a February premiere, the movie was delayed and rescheduled to open just 2 weeks after Ryan's Deadpool and Wolverine. The proximity was no accident. It was a strategic move to take advantage of Deadpool's box office momentum, allowing the couple to dominate press tours and promotional spots as a united Hollywood force.
And there are just a number of inconsistencies in Blake's story that people are wondering, like, how could the New York Times...
Ryan and Hugh Jackman's film could lift Blake's struggling project by association. But it didn't work. The backlash surrounding It Ends With Us only grew, as did public resentment over what many perceived as manipulative scheduling and forced synergy. Blake's coinciding haircare product launch was the final straw for some viewers, who felt she was exploiting a serious subject for financial gain. Behind the scenes, things weren't any better. Reports emerged that Blake and Baldoni had clashed during filming. Blake alleged that Baldoni made her uncomfortable by asking a trainer about her weight for a scene that required physical lifting. She also claimed he kissed her too long during a romantic scene, comments that many saw as calculated attempts to discredit Baldoni after tension surfaced. Fans speculated whether these accusations were genuine or part of a broader smear campaign. In any case, they only deepened the divide. Adding to the chaos was speculation about Ryan's role in the on-set tension. There's a growing belief that Ryan, known for his controlling tendencies in creative projects, struggled with jealousy over his wife's intimate scenes. This would echo patterns from his previous marriage to Scarlett Johansson, which reportedly ended in part because of Ryan's discomfort with her rising success. Scarlett has since spoken about feeling stifled in a relationship with an insecure partner who struggled when she was more in the spotlight. The timeline of Blake and Ryan's romance hasn't aged well either. Many now recall how they met while Ryan was still married to Johansson. Their friendship on the set of Green Lantern quickly became something more. Blake baked him treats, they went on double dates with other people, and, as both have since admitted, their romantic connection started sooner than they originally let on. Public opinion is now less forgiving of the idea that they were just friends during Ryan's crumbling marriage. Blake herself has drawn criticism for her privileged background and tone-deaf choices throughout her career. Born into a Hollywood family, she had access to resources and connections most aspiring actors only dream of. But it's not her fame that has sparked recent outrage, it's her seeming disregard for nuance, especially in political and social matters. From her romanticization of antebellum-era Southern fashion on her now-defunct blog, to getting married at a former slave plantation, Blake's missteps have added up. Despite apologizing, she continued to make public choices that suggested a detachment from the gravity of her actions. Even Ryan's affable image has taken a hit. Behind the Deadpool humor, colleagues have hinted at a less charming side. T.J. Miller, who played Weasel in the Deadpool series, publicly stated he would never work with Ryan again, calling his behavior passive-aggressive and mean-spirited. He claimed Ryan made jokes at his expense that were actually personal jabs disguised as character banter. Ryan's jokes often blur the line between humor and hostility, and there's a growing sense that his deadpan sarcasm may mask deeper insecurities. Blake, too, has adopted Ryan's sarcastic style, often trolling him in interviews and social media posts. While many fans once viewed it as cute couple banter, it now seems less playful and more calculated. There's a performative quality to their interactions, as if every quip is rehearsed, every post part of a long-term branding strategy. One of the more uncomfortable revelations is how they treat their children as props for publicity. Blake reportedly asked Stranger Things star Millie Bobby Brown for one of her Enola Holmes costumes to satisfy her daughter's fandom. She also encouraged her children to run a fundraising stand on the It Ends With Us set, reportedly pressuring already underpaid crew members to contribute. While framed as a heartwarming gesture, many insiders felt it was another example of Blake wielding her influence inappropriately. Perhaps the most disturbing aspect of their fall from grace is their past connection to disgraced Hollywood mogul Harvey Weinstein. Blake publicly defended Weinstein long after allegations had become widespread, saying she'd never experienced inappropriate behavior from him. Many found her comments dismissive, particularly given the growing chorus of women coming forward. She eventually backtracked, but the damage had been done. The incident exposed how her Hollywood upbringing may have dulled her awareness of systemic abuse. In the wake of these controversies, some are asking if their close friend Taylor Swift will continue to stand by them. Swift, who is godmother to the couple's children, has remained publicly supportive, but fans are wondering how long that loyalty will last. Taylor is famously strategic about her public image, and aligning with a couple whose brand is now associated with manipulation, elitism, and tone-deaf branding could come at a cost. Will she distance herself quietly, or double down to support her friends? As the headlines mount, it's become increasingly clear that Blake and Ryan have crossed a line, from being seen as Hollywood's favorite couple to becoming symbols of fame disconnected from responsibility. In trying to control their narrative, build empires, and stay constantly in the spotlight, they've managed to alienate fans, colleagues, and industry allies. So what do you think? Have Blake and Ryan permanently damaged their public image? Is this just another celebrity misstep, or a sign of deeper issues? Can they repair the narrative, or has the curtain finally been pulled back for good? Let us know in the comments. And if you're following the fallout from this Hollywood unraveling, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more deep dives like this one. Because this story isn't over, it's just getting started.